What was my first reaction when she told me she was pregnant? What up, Bracelyn Fam?
I'm Braden.
I'm Blaze.
This is Brooklyn. We're gonna be doing a Q&A today for you guys to get to know us a little bit better.
Yeah, we got about 10 questions. We got a few more, but if y'all want to do another Q&A down the road, we promise we'll do that for you guys. But for now, we're gonna keep it low, keep this a short video, because we got some questions that get pretty lengthy. So we're gonna start off with the first question. I'll read it. So the first question, guys, is what was my first reaction when she told me she was pregnant?
I'll tell the story. I was in college at the time and I had to FaceTime him to tell him, and he was actually at the bank where there was absolutely no reception, so it took me a few tries to get a hold of him. Finally did, and told him I was pregnant, and his first reaction was him smiling. I'm not sure if it's because you were like in shock or...
And I don't know. I guess I was in shock. I don't know, I was more mixed emotions. I was happy and shocked. When I actually got the news of the call, I was in Popeyes, so I couldn't even eat my chicken. I was with like a few of my teammates, and they were like asking me what was wrong, and I couldn't fathom. I was just in shock. I was happy. I didn't know what to think. I don't know, I was just going through the motions after that.
Yeah, and most of the time, like when you find out you're pregnant, I guess like your first reaction is to cry. And because no one asked what my reaction was, I didn't cry. I'm not really sure if it's because I didn't like think about it. Like in the moment, I was just like, okay, well, I'm pregnant, so let me call Blaze.
That's definitely gonna be another topic on another video. All right, next question. You can read this one.
When is the wedding?
I've been getting a lot of questions about this from mom, from her friends. I think we're just gonna skip that question.
Wait till it's the right timing.
I feel like it's a sensitive topic, so we're just gonna...
What was it like being teen parents? Well, to start off with, I'm 24.
I'm 24.
So I don't really necessarily think we were teen parents. Going into the next question, did you finish college? So yes, we were in college. We were not in high school. I graduated with my bachelor's in social work, but I actually don't use my degree. I'm an eyelash tech.
Yeah, we're not teens. I mean, I guess we both look like it. I've never gotten over 20 asking about my age, so maybe we just look
like we're in high school.
Maybe we just look that young.
So, did you finish college?
I have not finished college yet. I'm working on 2 classes, not really working on it, but yeah, that's I'm coming. Y'all just give me time. So,
why have you not finished college?
Well, I haven't finished college because Hey, you want to talk too? I haven't finished college because after I finished up my senior year of football at my school, I was invited to the NFL Combine, and I had to leave basically in the middle of the semester to do that, and I had 2 classes left. Obviously, I went to the NFL Combine because that's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Those of you guys who don't know what NFL Combine is, we can get into that later if you guys got questions about that too. Yeah, I had to do the NFL Combine, and then I just never went back to school, because after that, I went straight to playing football in Canada, which is what I do now. I'm a professional CFL player. If y'all got questions about that, just ask.
What is Bracelyn, and why did y'all choose it?
Well, I feel like it's gonna be a big question that everybody's gonna ask, so we just put it down as the first one, because I'm pretty sure there's probably about 5 of the same question. But Bracelyn, if some of y'all haven't put it together, I know some of y'all's IQs are kind of high, but Bracelyn, BR, and Bracelyn obviously is for Braden, and then Blaze, my name, Ace, and then Brooklyn is LYN. So she came up with the name. I thought it was pretty clever. Yeah, I don't think I would ever came up with anything good, but I like the name. I think it's...
We felt like it was different.
Yeah, different. It's very different, and his family is very different. So
It's very true. Where did y'all first meet? So I'll start that question off. We went to school in a small town called Troy. It's in Alabama. Like I said, the town isn't big at all. So, I mean, go out in public and you're like guaranteed to see somebody that you know. And I just happened to see Blaze, and we kind of like knew of each other through mutual friends, I guess.
she says that, but
We did.
I don't.
So anyways, I knew who Blaze was. And it's not because of football. It was through mutual friends. And so anyways, I was moving out of my apartment, and I guess you lived there at the time. And I saw you in the leasing office, and one of our really good friends had just passed away. I asked him if he heard about it, and I guess from there we just kind of like, we didn't keep in touch, but that's where we first met.
That's where I first saw her face to face, I believe. She thinks otherwise, but that's the only time I remember like seeing her, was because my teammate had.
Well, it's because my friend at the time, she used to hang out with Blaze, and so like I always heard his name and like knew of him. And so like whenever I saw you, I felt like I knew you, but obviously I wasn't gonna say anything like, oh yeah, I know you. So apparently that was where you first met me.
Yeah.
How did y'all start hanging out?
Ooh. I got this one. So, Mastermind Blaze. We started hanging out. I invited her over to one of our house parties at the Goat House. Shout out Andre and Ortner. I invited her to our house party after a game, and you know, I don't think we really talked during the party. But yeah, she was kind of nervous. I wasn't nervous. Alpha dog, you know. I'm playing. But I invited her to come see my dog, and my parents had come up there, and my sister had come up there, and they brought my dog. And I was like, hey, Braden, would you like to come see my dog? Because I knew she loved dogs. So I invited her to come see my dog in the room, and then I gave her a little smooch. And I think that's what really started it all, because
That's when we definitely kept in touch ever since.
that's the significant moment I remember. I kind of faintly remember the meeting of
the apartment complex.
the apartment complex, but I definitely remember that because I had to make a move, because I don't think she ever was going to make a move. How did you do the long distance while you were pregnant?
I feel like that would be more so my answer, just because I was the one that was pregnant and going through a lot of emotions. It was hard, but the good thing was I was still in college, and so I was finishing classes. I was doing on-campus classes, so I was going to campus every day. I was still around other friends of mine, so it definitely kept my mind off of a lot of things. I felt like it could be worse. It was hard though, because Blaze was having to visit on his bye weeks mostly. And that was you only had how many during those?
Only had 3 bye weeks. So the Canadian Football League, it's an 18-game season, so that's a long season. So I got 3 bye weeks, so I would always use those bye weeks to, you know, come see her, because I know she was going through a lot with me being in a whole nother country, and I couldn't imagine what she was going through, because usually girls have somebody like close to them that's always around them, but I couldn't be there because, you know, my team was in a whole different country, so.
Yeah, I moved in with one of our friends, shout out to Cassidy. I moved in with her, and that actually helped me a lot. I had a dog at the time, and she kept me a lot of company while Blaze was gone. I think the thing that hit me the most was going to my ultrasound appointments and stuff like that, and we would try to schedule them around the time that Blaze would be here so that he would go with me. But my very first ultrasound, my mom went with me, and Blaze wasn't there, and it hit me hard when we heard her first heartbeat, and I got really emotional during the appointment, just because I wish that he was there. And they don't let you record or anything like that when you're in the appointment, so it was just hard to take in at the time, but we did it.
Yeah.
You were there for the delivery, and that's all that mattered.
Yeah, it was tougher than I thought. I mean, never going through something like that. So, what made y'all come up with Brooklyn's name? All right, so since you took the spotlight on the last one, I'm gonna take it on this one. Brooklyn, I came up with the name. Actually, one of my good friends, HV, he helped me come up with the name too. Just when I was going through everything, I talked to him about a lot of stuff, and he actually was throwing names at me, and it kind of stuck, because I don't know if you want to go through like all my siblings.
Long story short, all of his siblings' names are very unique.
Yeah, we're all places, and they're unique, but hers isn't. Brooklyn.
We wanted her name to be unique, but it was hard to come up with something. It was hard to come up with something. You would think 10 months gives you enough time, but it really doesn't. So, long story short, Blaze doesn't have any grandparents on his side of the family, whereas I have all of my grandparents. And I feel like with the baby's name, not only do they take their father's last name, but I feel like with his situation, I wanted Brooklyn to have meaning behind her name. So Blaze's great grandmother's name is Estelle, and that's Cajun French. And there's a meaning behind. Your dad told us recently that it means star. So Brooklyn's middle name is Estelle, so her full name is Brooklyn Estelle Brown. And so we wanted her name to kind of like mean something to us, but also be kind of unique. So when people ask what her name is, we always say Brooklyn Estelle, just because Brooklyn's so original, I feel like, nowadays. Yeah. So that's where her name came from.
How did y'all's parents react when you told them you were pregnant? Well, I'll go first. My mom, I have no idea what was going through her brain, but I could see it on her face. I think she had a lot of mixed emotions just because I'm so young and I had so much going for me that it's kind of gonna put a roadblock in front of it. But I think we're making the most of the opportunity, and
she sees that now.
Using
that she's here. Ow.
We're using Estelle as the star. It's kind of weird because me and my mom, we talk, but I usually talk to my dad about that kind of stuff just because he kind of went through the same career path as me, football-wise, and at the time I was going through a lot of stuff like the combine and NFL draft and stuff like that, so it was kind of running through her head like his life is going to be kind of scrambled now, but they ended up taking it decently well. My dad, just being the guy he is, he was just like, you're just going to have to be grown up now, you just got to be a man now. But yeah, I think they took it pretty well. How do your parents take it? I never asked her this, so I kind of want to hear.
So there's kind of a backstory to like our relationship and like when we first started dating that we can explain later. So if you guys are interested, just comment on the video. My mom was young when she had me. She was actually 17 when she had me. So I feel as though like my mom knew how to react and knew that at that point in time, like with Blaze being gone, like all I needed was somebody to talk to. And so we didn't really plan it out very well. I ended up telling my parents on Father's Day. And so my dad, him being, my father, did not react very well. His first emotion was anger just because, like Blaze said, like we have so much going for us at this age and I was still in college. So like I could only assume what his first thoughts were. Like, is she gonna finish school? How are they gonna raise a baby? And so, so my dad, it took him a little bit of time. My mom, on the other hand, she was she was there for me. And so, like I said, she went to my very first ultrasound appointment to my very last. Both sets of our parents it's totally involved in Brooklyn's life. They love her more than anything on this earth. But my mom, I would say my mom handled it better than my dad.
Well, guys, if you guys got more questions for us, we'll be happy to answer them and have another Q&A down the road. We're really excited because this star right here is going to be stealing every single show.
Can you wave? Can you say hi?
Can you say, Brooklyn, look.
Say bye-bye.
Say bye-bye. You say bye-bye? No? Okay. There we go. So we'll see you guys later. This is the Bracelyn Fam. I hope you guys enjoy us.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, I see you living a single life, and I don't know why. And you all up on the gram posting pictures from Dubai. You telling me that you can't find a dude that's really gon' ride. Don't lie to me, just tell the truth. I'm trying to